Welcome to Boss Nation. Boss Nation helps the real ones turn pain into power through laughter, through lessons, and blow off some steam on wild-ass stories. Let's go, Boss Nation. Today, we're going to blow off some steam on wild-ass workplace story. Buckle in, we got a confession that took a prayer room from a holy to a holy. What the fuck happened here? This might be the wildest one yet. Let's kick this podcast off. Let's go. This is my co-host, my co-pilot in the madness. He's cool under pressure. He hates wearing skinny jeans because sometimes it could give him muffin top. Has a spreadsheet for everything. But the Albert Einstein of the group. Give it up for my tag team partner, Money Phoenix Moneymax.
I can never do an intro as good as you, man. Yes, Boss Nation, and the guy who's the most enthusiastic, great on the mic, the guy right here, my partner in crime, starts a project with zero plan but pulls it off somehow, which is the most crazy way to do anything, allergic to overtime. Lives life to the fullest, and he's louder than the office printer, as you can see. Make some noise for JG. Boom.
So let's get this started. So I'm going to tell you guys what's coming up today. So let's start off with that wild workplace story. This one is the most wildest one yet. So it's a case of holy room fucking, right?
Whoa.
That's right.
So we've again read the case. Judge, jury, executioner going to be here. Confession might be the wildest one yet, to be honest with you. We're in episode 4. Forget office drama. This one went straight to the heavens and crashed right back down like Lucifer himself. Right, take it away.
So here's what came in. Yo, I'm stressing. We had a brutal deadline at work. The whole team had to do a cut over weekend. You know what a cut over weekend is, Manny, right? Yeah. You have to work Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night. So stuck doing a late night shifts. The whole weekend to get it done. In the middle of it, we were stressed. Stress was high. Boredom turned into bad decisions. Me and this Asian chick co-worker thought we would have some fun. One thing led to another. In the heat of the moment, we jumped into the nearest free room. We ended up in the prayer room. I know, I should have picked another room. This super religious colleague later on sees the room in a mess, realized the room was not used for its purpose, reports it to HR. There was tissues everywhere, wrapper in the corner. I was meant to go up back later on and clean it up, but now HR are going to take a DNA sample of the team unless someone fesses up. And me and her are freaking out, panicking. We need this job. What do we do?
What the absolute fuck? Like, bro, you didn't just cross the line. You drew a new one in permanent marker. You turned the prayer room into a playroom, man. What the hell? DNA testing. Jesus. Yeah. All right, that's not HR. That's straight up, MI5, straight to the local police behavior. You really got to be on an episode of Law and Order, man. This is crime scene investigated UK. Jesus, man.
So look, here's my thoughts on this. Here's the playbook kind of thing. What I'm thinking, Boss Nation, is there's 2 options, right? So the first one is an outrage, like a holy outrage, like reverse Uno, go full innocent, be more offended than the person who reported it. Walk in to HR and then say, this is unacceptable. Who would degrade a sacred space like this? The office is a disgrace, whoever did it. If you get ahead of the scandal, so nobody's going to suspect you because you be loud enough, they're not going to think it's you. Or 2, rebrand the room. It's the productivity room. It's the playroom. Flip the script. Tell HR, look, we were exhausted. You've worked us to the bone. We slipped up. We were stressed. We had so much to do for you. We got carried away. But honestly, we worked harder afterwards. After that, our focus skyrocketed. Our focus went through the roof. and stress relief, it's nothing better. So it weren't no disrespect. It's a productivity skyrocket. Team building exercise we thought of, and we turned the prey room and a productivity room, which kind of it was accidental, right? This is kind of a new corporate kind of wellness hack that I found out for you.
What is it like that PR story where basically a company introduced a 10-minute masturbation break for their employees? No, it was a fake, but it was there to drive. It was a PR piece. It was a marketing campaign to drive more sex toy sales. It was quite a genius campaign, but like if this is man as mad on me on final judgment, yeah.
Yes, right.
So basically, Boss Nation, it's either going down in history as the playroom player, or you're the most legendary cover-up story or cover-up in office history. I'd call it lovemaking is the ultimate namaste. That was doing Kama Sutra or something.
It's a gift from God, though.
Oh, yeah. It's, worship each other's bodies or worship the room. No, I think they're screwed either way. If they were my employees, you'd have no choice but to fire them.
Right.
It's let's say if you're I don't know, people using that for a room as like a sacred area or elements and needs to be sanctified. And if people know and you've gone in and seen, a torn up wrapper on one side and tissues or whatever, come on, clean up your mess afterwards. Yeah, they're screwed either way.
So he should go back in on his own.
Whether it's going to be over because you said it was a Saturday, right? Yeah. So there's only going to be a handful of people that were in on Saturday, so they're going to know who it is. HR is going to go around for everyone. It's going to find out, and they're going to get fired. It's going to be humiliating. They're going to be out of a job. For me, transparently, it's worse than anything. This is terminal, man. Like my judgment, this is terminal, man. Like there's no way out of this. You cross the line in a workplace that you're not really meant to do it. At least some people back when we used to work at Sainsbury's, you used to hear stories people going to fucking the cupboard, but it'd be the cupboard where all the stuff were discarded, not like the prayer room. You know what I mean? Just imagine if someone walked in to pray and saw that. You know what I mean? It's like they all weren't. They went to go
connection right there.
Connection with God right there.
You need to go back in on your own and look, do some reflection, contemplate your actions. But look, I'm torn.
Bro, you need therapy, man.
He didn't know that room. He didn't know that room was a prayer room.
He must have.
Went in. It was the first room. Went in. And for me, I don't know. Boss Nation, what do you think? What do you think's the best move here? Pure outrage, fake the innocence and then point the finger at somewhere else, or rebrand the room to productivity room, which I kind of like.
Yeah.
So drop in your verdict. So A or B. Yeah.
Drop it in the comments. Tell us what you think. And if you know of any of the stories, I think this one is a bit too hot today. But God, you guys have some messed up stories. Let us know. We'll talk them through. This one just shocked me more than anything else.
Did it? Yeah. If you know of anyone that's going through this similar situation, or you're going through, or you've been through it, and tell us how it ended. Tell us your stories of whoever's going through it, and we will try and help on the matter. What time is it, Manny?
It's time for Blowy Mondays.
Blowy Mondays. Big Blowy Monday. So everyone knows Big Blowy Mondays is the day that we hate, we vent and explode and call it the madness from work and life. Today, let's blow off some steam on over-the-top office politics. I once worked at a place, Manny, and the guy was a professional brown-noser. Oh my gosh, did he lick ass. Like, anytime the manager kind of clapped, every time he moved, he's there, smiling, laughing. The boss would, the manager would send an email and he would just circle back's sake and CC in the entire company just to look important. One time I was presenting on this one project and this dude, swooped in like, yes, that's exactly what I was telling the team last week. I was like, no, you didn't, bro. Like, you was talking about donuts. Like, you weren't talking about building strategy.
Donuts.
Yeah. These people, right, I've noticed there's people out there that always rather look good than be good, right? And they send their passive-aggressive emails as per my last email, which translation means, you idiot, can't you read? I reply back with the classic, like, well, let's take this offline, right? I'm about to cuss you out privately. So, Boss Nation, what's the most ridiculous office politics, that you've experienced?
Start the sentence in the comments with the most over the top office politics I ever experienced was, and then ... and then tell us what you said. Just to send it in. The worst brown nose I've ever seen. Best ones will always get read out and shared out in a future episode that we're doing.
Yeah, because it's so messy out there. We need to know. We need to help on this matter. But let's move on to some fun. Let's play Fuck, Marry, Kill.
My
Boss Top 3
game.
Here's how how it works now. Fuck means fun for now, right? It's not forever. Marry, reliable, essential, the one next to your shoulder you can't live without. Kill, you gotta go. Overrated, not for me. Right, we're going to be talking today on biscuits.
Ooh, I like biscuits. I do like biscuits. Biscuits is a good one.
Marry, kill.
Marry is an easy one for me. Custard creams. Custard cream. Nothing beats a good custard cream biscuit. That's my go-to. Like, if anyone had ever asked you the question, if you could only have one biscuit ever, the rest would be custard cream, because it's custard cream. You can dip it in the tea. You can break it off. You got the biscuit element. You got the filling element. It's got everything. So I will marry a custard cream.
Also,
I'll fuck with like a hobnob now and again. You know what I mean? Like, it's different a bit. Oat's got a bit more full element to it.
Right.
Or like shortbreads, I think are really good.
Christmas time is shortbread.
Yeah, but I'll kill a rich tea. Like, it's pointless, man. Like, it's thin. It's just. I even dip it in the tea.
I've brought up on that stuff.
When you break it, the rich tea. This is what I mean. Like, you break it, it's like breaks down maybe in pieces. It's not a classic. It's just shit biscuit.
No, it's a classic. For me, no. I think a rich tea's. I do like that. It's old school, but I would fuck with a jammy dodger. I do like it for a bit. Jammy dodgers are nice. I'll fuck with that for a bit. And I will totally marry a Viennese wheel. Love one of those. Love one of those. And what I gotta kill and get rid of is Cadbury finger. Like, that for me.
The chocolate fingers.
The chocolate fingers.
Nah, you're crazy, man. Nobody doesn't not like the chocolate finger.
You can't help but finish the whole tub as well.
That's the whole point, man. You just don't like getting fingered. It's as simple as that, isn't it?
Getting fingered. No, it's not for me.
Fingers aren't your thing, no?
No, not for me. The brown finger.
Oh, Jesus.
The chocolate finger, not for me. Right, now, let's do this on a workplace lunchroom personalities, okay? So in the lunchroom, there's 5 personalities. You're going to give me a fuck, marry, kill. Let's go number 1.
Yeah.
The microwave hog. The guy takes up 20 minutes heating up his food.
Yeah.
Then you've got the loud chewer. Crunches his crisps and slurps his soup while they're on the job.
Yeah.
Third is the food critic. Judges everyone's lunch choices and the observer. The fourth is a leftover thief. Hey, you're going to finish that? Yeah. And the fifth one is the break room DJ. Blast his tunes.
Okay, straight away, break room DJ, kill. Nah, you're not disturbing my peace. you don't play music from your speaker, man. Like
Nah,
put
man,
on
I
some
love
headphones.
vibes.
Yeah, but like if you're on a bus or you're working and someone's got music playing on the speaker, man, it's like I like having a call on loudspeaker in the middle of public, man. It's like put it to your goddamn ear. You know what I mean? Like we don't need to know what's going on. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's like especially if you're in like a place where you're
But
trying
what
to
if it's
work.
a good tune? What if it's a good tune?
Doesn't matter.
Just
If there's meant to be music in the room playing, and play it on the speaker, innit? You see, like if you're in a cafe kind of environment, but nah, not in a workplace lunchroom kind of place. It's like,
right.
I don't care, man. Let the radio play, put your music on, go somewhere else. Right. That's a kill. You know what? It's hard because there's not money from this list that I'll marry. You know what I mean? Because it's like, would I stick with that? Like a loud churro, microwave hog. I mean, I don't like that, but I'll fuck with the leftover thief because it takes food and no, because you're saying takes the food and denies it, or is say, give me a bit more context. Are they saying, you saying,
However,
food left over, and then
however
someone said, I'm not going to finish this, and then they take it and eat it themselves, or are they just helping themselves to finishing it?
No, so they're like, so the times where they observe your food and they'll be like, hey, are you going to finish that final chicken piece?
And if they turn around and say no, fair enough. I mean, I fuck with it. I mean, not that I would do it, but like, yeah, is food not going to wastage? So I'm all about not wasting food. I can't marry any of them, man, because I don't like a loud chewer. I don't like someone who likes microwave, hogging the microwave to heat up the food, especially if they eat something like fish.
Critiquing the food and making sure, like, you're improving on each lunch dish.
But you're judging. You've said judging everyone else's lunch choices. So no.
Okay.
Now, if they're critiquing their own food, fair enough. Or letting other people critique their food, fair enough. Then I'd marry that. I'd go in and be like, hey, what do you think of this? What do you think of this? And making like little snacks. Because there are people that come in and like, hey, I made some food, but they make some extra. Just say, hey, you want to try this? Take a bite of this. Let me know what you think. Do you like it? Do you think it's good? I don't mind someone like that because they're sharing food and they're bringing in more than they need to. But if you go around with critiquing people's food, I'm going to take my pot noodle and shove it up your ass. You know what I mean?
I would marry the break room DJ. I would kill the leftover thief, and I'll fuck with the food critique. It is what it is. Sometimes you got to be told, like,
you dare
your
critique
lunch.
my next lunch.
Yeah, you can't be. Sometimes it's nice to someone to just to point out when you're coming in with bog standard. Let's go on to the next one. Let's do office vacation comebacks. So these are the 5. The chatterbox tells you every little detail of their trip. The next one is the tanned and rested. Comes back glowing, relaxed, annoyingly so. The workaholic checks emails on the whole time off and brags about it. Hey, I was off and I was still checking emails. The 4th one is the jet-lagged zombie. Falls asleep at the desk. Why you come back into work? Should have taken more time off. And the 5th one is the no stories guy. Hey, how was it? What did you do? Who did you go with? No, yeah, it was fine. No more details than that.
I respect that. I'll marry that because it's sometimes people take time off and it's got nothing to do with you, man. You see what I mean? It's like I respect that. Like he doesn't need to stay story. What if he's gone on a private holiday with his wife? Just want to talk about it tonight. Yeah, I went on a weekend away with the wife and all we did was fuck all weekend. You know what I mean? Like, what do you want to know? What position?
Talk about what restaurants you went to, what beautiful sights.
Or maybe it wasn't that. Maybe went on a swinging weekend. I don't know. What is it? Okay. Is what you mean? Yeah. But I like that. I like a sense of if someone's going to be open, they're going to be open, which is why this is going to be interesting. I'll marry the guy who obviously, or the girl doesn't tell the stories because it's private life. But I'll also fuck with the person who likes that actually is the chatterbox and tells every detail of it because I like a bit of both. So ironically, I'll marry it, but I'll fuck with the person who will do it. I'll kill the jet lag zombie, man. Like honestly. Like
dead vibes.
Ruin the mood.
Totally agree. Let's go. So moving on to boss banter. So personal story and we were in Latin America, block party madness, right? So we're in Latin America, Manny and I. Let me set the scene. So the sun is setting and the mountains are glowing, and out of nowhere, we were walking out of nowhere from the streets, it transforms. And the speakers are on every corner. The lights are now strung up. The whole block is there walking towards you. And it's like a block party on the move. It pops off in front of us. Herds of people walking towards us. And it was like the city was like ready for us to go.
Yeah.
Straight festival energy.
People
right?
stuck in their Ubers, not able to move. People in the cars just watching.
They were. Everyone's outside like dancing to salsa. Uncles grilling their meat in the corner. Caipirinhas on tap. We were literally, that cocktail, it tastes like sunshine and rainbows. That is one drink, right, that will change your life, right? Music blasting, reggaeton, dance hall, and you got Manny in the middle of it.
You gotta enjoy the vibe. If people are dancing in the street and there's a whole party block moving block to block and things are happening, you just get involved like a local. They respect it.
I tell you what, he can't resist. He goes round, he's jumping straight in. He's in the middle of the circle. He goes round the circle first, and then he gets to know everyone, and then he's the middle, right? He's the center. And I'm yelling, Manny, chill, come on, man. But the crowd's loving it, right? I get involved too, and it starts to escalate because this local guy, Manny, I don't even remember. He handed me some local drink, right?
See, I didn't take drinks from people though.
Oh,
that's your mistake.
Some sort of Colombian rocket fuel. I'm telling you, it was just, I took one sip and I was doing all sorts of salsa moves. Oh, I was like, oh my God, adios muy. I was like, oh my God. I was just like, this is a lot. And then suddenly, Manny's there. Manny's there. He's getting involved, dancing. You remember the conga line? He was getting in, and then Manny's in front, leading the way with strangers through the whole party. Even like there was police there. They were dancing. They were even stopping. They were shutting nothing down. They were like, one dance and we go back to work.
Yeah.
And people rolling in and speakers on the wheels, and the bass drops, and it's like small little fireworks, like nowhere near like London fireworks, but they were like fireworks that were just going off at the beach. And we were surrounded by a wild crowd. Like, Viva Latina America. Honestly. It is unreal. But man, did you remember the next morning? We get up and in the hotel, we're having brunch.
And then the storm comes in. Yeah.
The windstorm slams the hotel. The pergola. Do you remember?
The gazebo. So I'm at the Fairmont, and you guys obviously come in having drinks, breakfast, with me in the morning, and I go back up to my room. So I actually missed some of this bit, and because honestly, I've had a lot of breakfast, I want to take a number 2. So I then come back down, and then you guys inside, everyone's panicking, the wind's changed. The gazebo's half off. There's this wooden framed element. I actually still got the video on my TikTok.
We got
Yeah. We got the video on TikTok, right? It was mad. And it was your video. You took it. You guys are outside. And the frame of this like cover that they had where some of the restaurant outlets sat next to the element. So it was wooden. And one worker's grabbing hold of one pole, but it lifts him up and then the pole lands. Remember, it lands on his foot. And he gets taken away by an ambulance. Oh, it was like a mini. It
was aluminium. It was probably wood, or anyway, it was something that would do it. It was a natural disaster. It was like a mini tornado, right?
Yeah. So like it was almost like a change in weather, like a mini change of weather, because we're down there festival week. It's hot most of the day, clear skies, everything. But if anything, God did protect us that day, because we decided to go inside and you guys ran inside and I had already gone inside. So we got lucky that day because a few people didn't get hurt.
We
were calling until the staff told you to get inside. And literally, just imagine this. There's a tornado going on. You've just seen a guy get his foot stamped and this guy's like this.
I've got my Manhattan drink as well.
It's like this.
I was drinking Caipirinha.
It's like this.
Caipirinha.
Literally. And Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. Everybody came inside, and then that whole area was closed down for a bit once the weather passed. But the good thing is they got rid of the gazebo bit, and because the sun was out, it actually opened it up, and I thought it looked better.
It didn't last
It
long
didn't
though.
last
That
long.
mini tornado was just gone, right? It was something to do with that tropical weather.
Yeah.
But moving on from that madness, we're gonna start with what the fuck of the week, right? So what the fuck of the week, Manny, is so I was walking and we're just not far from Central, but mate, I saw a Porsche with no headlights.
Well, I mean, like the headlights were off.
Yeah. So thieves
No,
are
no, I mean,
now.
like the headlights were off, or the headlights were.
So a Porsche and some geezer has literally damaged the Porsche headlights and he's ripped the headlights out the Porsche. So thieves are now nicking the Matrix headlights out of the Porsche because it's a secret way to weed their to light their weed farms. So these little babies of a headlight, right? They almost let off no heat. It's like a thermal camera, right? Thermal cameras cannot catch their because there's no heat, right? Thermal cameras can't catch it. So meanwhile, the owner's staring at like massive damages of repair costs. Like, I don't really want to say criminal genius because I don't support that shit. But come on, like if these people, they're that smart to put 2 and 2 together. Imagine if they took that energy to somewhere good and focused on the good and what they would achieve in that good. But that is nuts. Like they're using that light now to kind of grow their weed.
That's crazy. It's the criminals these days, man. They're just finding something stupid and crazy to do. It's like Range Rovers. This gets stolen. You go to the supermarket. You're in there shopping for food. You come out, you got nowhere to put your food because someone stole the Range Rover in like 15 seconds flat. It's mad.
Do you know what I saw? I did see a Range Rover, and at the back, instead of the on the toe, they put a chain around the back, and because it was near like a small little tree, they just put the chain around the tree. That Range Rover ain't going nowhere.
It's not going anywhere, man. It's not going anywhere. Right, we're gonna move on to zero to boss moves.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Zero to boss. If you haven't realized by now, this is where we talk about that one boss, the OG in a family tree, who's yours. Before they made boss moves, they're the one that made the sacrifice. It's not generally always a happy story or a happy history, but no one that they've never really talked about, but they need recognition, and we ask you to put in your stories. And Jay, you've got a new one now.
So this is where we talk about the one who changed the bloodline, right? The main boss.
Makto.
The Torok Makto.
Hashtag Avatar.
Hashtag Avatar. So we did speak about that chap that came over from Ireland, and I was thinking that again, some of the quotes that he was saying stuff like iron sharpens iron, and I remember him saying also, deal with it when it happens, and you gotta move in life with the tools you have in hand. And that was a big wake-up call for me, because sometimes we're like, no, we're going to launch at 100%. We're going to launch 100%. And some things in life, you got to launch at 80%, right? So it's imperfectly perfect.
Yeah.
So as you all know, I work in the corporate world for many years, and I keep these I come across a lot of great people, inspirational people, and I take small little snippets where I can help me give me some humble pie and think, oh, do you know what? This is something that I need to learn from this person. So today's unsung boss is also took a path that was rough and lonely and full of sacrifice. He left a tiny village in Scotland, Highland, in the 60s. He was 16 when he came over, just a t-shirt on his back pretty much. And, that had seen better days. But, his fierce determination, he moved over to, instead of living in that small village, he moved over to Edinburgh, right? Yeah. So he went there with kind of a vision in his head. He had no connections, no family, just a plan to work, really, to make it work. He first went to construction sites, lifting bricks, timber, rain and shine. It didn't matter. He was working 13 hours a week. Then came the night shift, right? He was working at a tannery, and the air was thick with chemicals and dust. Weekends, odd jobs, everywhere he can. Find them, rent didn't wait. That's one thing that doesn't wait. It's like clockwork. Strangers shared tea, late night songs. He never skipped a shift. Falling behind was never an option for him. Years have passed. He's saved slowly for a small bedsit and then a modest home. And now his family live in the same home. And his children now run a small chain of a small firm in Scotland, which, that through his grit, he's passed down to his generation. He get the work done. Every effort, every long day, every sacrifice was worth it. It wasn't just for him. It was for his bloodline. That's legacy right there. Right. And that's boss.
That is boss. You got to give it to him, man. That's boss.
Definitely. Boss nation.
This is what people don't realize in terms of like the sacrifice people have. It's the work ethic. It is hard work pays off eventually. But sometimes what you don't realize that people are working hard not for them, but for the next generation. And that is a sacrifice that the current generation just can't comprehend. That what I'm doing now is not going to benefit me. It's going to benefit my grandchildren or my children.
You work harder as well.
And you work harder. That is a selfless sacrifice that you can't do. And that's why we're honoring these people. We talk about Edinburgh. I just came back from Edinburgh this weekend, Fringe and Knockhill. So it was quite good. I'd highly recommend do it.
Did you go to Glasgow to see Spider-Man being filmed?
No, but now I know it is. I should have. I should have probably thought in Glasgow. They're turning to New York. Yeah, I've seen some elements, but I thought that had already happened. I thought they'd already shot the scenes. I didn't know it was still happening. Right, we're honouring families, OG bosses, people survived impossible odds, built something from nothing, made sacrifices that still pay off today. That's what we're talking about. So, tell us your family story. We'll read out the most powerful ones on air.
We will.
By Jay. So let's continue that boss. Zero to boss energy. We're going to talk about how Shopify turns small ideas into a global platform. You got a Shopify account? Spotify account, sorry? Full Shopify? Shopify.
I use it.
Right? Shopify.
To be honest, my wife does. And I'm not really involved with Shopify as much, but I know a lot of people that use it.
Yeah, I've set up e-commerce businesses from it. So
that's right.
Shopify was quite genius. So have you ever bought anything from Gymshark?
Yes.
So their whole website was built off Shopify. You know what I mean? And that whole element.
Ben's done a good job there.
Yeah, he's done a huge good job there. He's the youngest billionaire to come out of the UK or something like that.
I always see him in Solihull Nando's.
Yeah, he love his Nando's. So this is a story about turning, necessity into opportunity. So back in 2004, Canadian programmer named Tobias wanted to sell snowboards online. Trouble was, every e-commerce tool was clunky or expensive, and he just wanted to sell a handful of products to his local community. So he did something boss. What did he do? He built his own. Sometimes if you can't find something, you do it yourself.
Build your own.
You know what I mean? It started small, just a few products, few customers, no investors, no huge marketing, just coding, tweaking, learning from mistakes. Fast forward, Shopify is now worth over 200 billion, helping over 1 million businesses worldwide sell everything from handbags to gadgets to one-off individual products. So here's how they flip the script. So no stores, all platforms. So again, it's following that trend that Shopify is the biggest retailer provider or chain of retail providers that doesn't own a retail chain or a product. So what Shopify does is they're the biggest handler of sales. They're an e-com processor platform now, really more than anything else. It holds no inventory. Merchants do all the work. Shopify takes a percentage of, they charge you monthly to use the product, and then they take a percentage of your sales. Like they take a charge rate, which is around 1.7% of every purchase, which is minimal, 1.7%, right? So like I said, platform fees, processor payments, you can then pay to get apps on the platform, and Shopify make billions without touching a single product. Literally, it's built for hustlers. So during the 2020 pandemic, it really amplified this business again, because small businesses needed an online solution fast, especially those that were selling from a local shop or store. That's where they say the high street store is failing, they're dying because everyone goes online. Look at Amazon. It has led the way. Amazon led the way. Amazon invested into wholesale foods for 13 billion, and then their valuation went up by 15 billion. So they made 2 billion in a day. So it's crazy in terms of what they can do. Shopify tools let anyone become their own boss instantly, scalable everywhere, templates, shipping solutions, payment gateways. It makes starting up an e-commerce site very, very simple. And you've got a brand like Gymshark that used this platform that went from a gym club into a multi-billion-dollar brand globally in terms
To do this online solution.
because of online solution. Taking a small idea and turning it into a global platform that proved one thing: you don't need to own the product to build an empire. You just need to own the platform. From that, you have specialist agencies that build Shopify sites for people. So, like our Airbnb we talked about in the last episode, of companies that create Airbnb properties and stuff. You've got big custom, got people that do drop shipping items and stuff like now that people can tap into and sell, etc. So you don't need product. You can just drop ship. You just got to connect the right products to the right platform and build the store and let it run on autopilot and just market it and have a team to build it out. You could do this with beds. You can do this with mattresses. You can do this with blinds. You can do it with anything. As long as you've got a producer, a seller that can ship it out and customize it for you, you can sell and create the products through the site and create a unique experience for someone. In 2024, they saw over 7 billion revenue, over 500 million unique customers. And that was an increase year on year. So that is what I call bada bing.
Bada boss.
Boom. So,
Damn, that's an insane, again, like this whole, the platform and the online solution. And they, of course, we know how much they've grown now, but they were, big oaks do grow from small acorns. And once they were a small acorn,
I like that.
And I'm big on that. I'm big on that. You got to be. You wake up excited every day. You try and conquer today's challenge instead of thinking, "Oh, what's going to crop up today?" But like, do you know what? What's that challenge today? Because I want to conquer it. Maybe it's a purpose from above that it's set my way, and I need to conquer that. And spend your energy wisely, right? Well, let's switch this up now over to boss and bogus. If it's boss. If it's bogus, you're going to tell me if it's real or not, Manny. You know how...
What is the next Shopify, essentially, is what he's saying.
The next Shopify, exactly. We've already been discussing it. People are making money in weird, wonderful, wild, what the fuck ideas ever. And these original ideas were like, oh, yeah, that was a load of crap. I bet you some of these businesses told their friends, nah, that's not going to work. Before you know it, it's big.
So am I already worried?
Round me, you can never be worried. Always excited.
What's the next business?
So the business is Cuddlist, a professional cuddling service where you pay a trained stranger to snuggle you for emotional support. And feeling their warmth and their heartbeat is all you need.
That's mad. If that's true, that's mad. But I could see with the current pandemic of like mental health, loneliness, elderly people that are really alone and stuff that want elements. I could see this becoming more than just a cuddlist, but more like you pay for someone to come around. But I just think paying for someone to cuddle them is fucking insane. Go buy a fucking teddy bear. You know what I mean?
Go buy a teddy bear.
Go to Build-A-Bear and build your own and cuddle that. You know what I mean?
You can put a voice in it as well.
Yeah, and it's cheaper. Yeah. So I'm gonna say bogus. I think that's just a ridiculous idea.
So that is incorrect. It is the real McCoy. It's based on providing emotional support, and like you said, with mental health right now. Mental health has always been around for many years, but it's a big thing. Moving on to the next one.
Just imagine. No, we ain't moving on. No, you can't just tell me that's real and just say moving on.
Do you want me to book you in a slot?
Okay. Yeah, I want to see how this concept works. I mean, some random stranger comes up. What if they smell you, stink? Well, what the hell? You're letting a random stranger into your house to come cuddle?
Just hugging for 10 minutes. Let's go.
Right. Next time, this is what's going to happen. Next time I hug you, I'm going to charge you. I'm going to send you a bill.
10 minutes. I charge by the hour. Business. So, executive naps, a corporate service where professional nappers come into your office to nap on your behalf so your energy aura stays fresh. So, as you subconsciously think, I'm working, they're sleeping. I've got one up.
No, this has to be. This is bogus. There's no way I've ever heard of a situation where a company invites people in to basically take the piss out of their employees and let them nap in front of them and say, "Oh, look, they're napping and you're working. Well done, you." I tell you, if someone's making money from that, I'm quitting my business
subconsciously,
and I'm just gonna start being the person who goes and take a nap in someone else's office for a bit because I'll do that. And get paid.
Why feel like drooling and snoring?
I don't. Not my problem. You know what I mean? It's that's what they're offering.
So you're saying it's
bogus?
It is bogus.
My God.
So, but imagine that happening. That would be unbelievable. Right. Let's finish this off on rock, paper, scissors. Boss Nation Tank, where people send in what problems. 3-0. It's not 3-0.
Yeah, but you never lose, but all you've ever done is lose.
Right. I'm going to try and pull this one back. But as you know, guys, Boss Nation, you send in the best ideas that you have, that any problems that you're going through, that might be a solution. We then, the loser has to mock it or rock it. But yes, I never lose. Never lose. I'm going to put this
say
back.
That. Right, I got a question for you. So you know when you're playing FIFA and you lose by 5 goals to 0, you owe them an apology.
That's never happened. But
so it's 3, and this is going to be 4. On the next episode, you're going to have to do a public apology.
Oh man!
Right. So
let me think about this because you're rushing me right now.
No. Okay. It's just mind games. So we're going to remember it's going to be 3, 2, 1, and on shoot you show what you're going to do. All right?
Yeah, I need to shoot.
Okay. So. Ready with me? 3, 2, 1, shoot. Oh, you beat me.
Let's go. 3-1. The comeback is on. It's coming back, baby. 3-1. Right. 3-1.
Okay. So I got a message. Is it on my phone?
I'll play it.
You're going to play it on your phone. Right. So we got this message. Put it up to the speaker, Jay.
Here we go.
My boss has a PhD in wasting time. Every day it's another chow meeting that literally could have just been an email. So I came up with this. The meeting meter is a little gadget that sits in the room and starts flashing red the moment the meeting drags past. Unusefulness. The longer the boss talks in circles, the louder it gets, until finally it just blurts out, "Nobody cares," like a fire alarm, but not. What do you think?
I like this one. That is sick. I like these ideas. I like these ideas that are coming in. So the idea behind this, if you're listening and watching, is it's basically a meeting meter. You put it in a room, you set a timer, and if people just go around in circles, you can literally start splashing. You know what I mean? Noises like that coming from Jay, you know, the longer someone goes round. And you see that happen in meetings, and I'm guilty of it sometimes. I will get to the end of the meeting and I just realize I'm just repeating myself here. You see that trying to call a thing. I see it working. I feel like if you put a set time on saying that's it, you got to go, and like repeating ourselves, because it's death by meetings sometimes. And my diary is death by meetings. Like, honestly, it's like call after call after call, but I still got to do my work. I still got to get some practical work and stuff done, emails sent out, process systems gone out. It would take hours of time to do. But if I'm in useless calls constantly, which could be 10, 15 minutes or could be an email, and that's got to be. And I think that should be the message. Like, this can be an email now. Like, at the end, like, we need to move on. I like this one. I'm not going to roast it. I'm riding for this.
We're riding this.
I'm riding this one.
This one is a winner. I like this.
You're on a winner. So if you've got a crazy genius business idea, and that could be in the next Shopify, that's why we do this segment, etc., to see what's good and what's bad, is pitch it to the Boss Nation hotline. The wild ones will be read live, and one of us will have to roast it or ride for it. This time I'm riding for it. So leave us a voicemail or a message on 077 5777 3870. That's 077 5777 3870. And just be wary. We see the messages. It's not really a manned number. We're not going to answer calls. We block calls from it. We just take messages and stories and voice notes on WhatsApp, etc., from people or on messages for it. So if you try to call it, no one's monitoring it. We just turn it on and wait for the message to come through. We sift through the good messages, delete and block the numbers for the bad ones, and it comes through. So
that's the end of the episode of 4.
4 was a quick one, wasn't it?
We're having so much fun blowing off some steam or wild workplace stories. It's been pure fun, pure vibes, zero filters. This is how we blow off some steam. This is Boss Nation. And always remember, Boss Nation, don't let the world change your smile. Let your smile change the world.
Bada bing.
Bada bing.
Bada
Bada boss.
Let's go.